Cornell Power here, former Clemson wide receiver. And I just want to give a shout out to Rashad and Dave of the Panther Nation podcast. Keep doing what you guys are doing, man. Stay blessed.
Panther Nation, Draft Family, what's good with y'all, man? Welcome to another Top 10 video. Today we're going to take a look at the linebackers, okay? The linebackers, this is a nice, solid group of linebackers with skill sets ranging from good pass rushing to good coverage to just solid middle linebacker play. They're all over the place, and I like this set of linebackers, okay? But now before we get into that, make sure you hit the like button, make sure you hit the subscribe button, make sure you hit the notification bell. Listen, the views for my last couple videos have been really low. I don't know if the algorithm is not favoring your boy anymore, but we need to get these likes up, get the subscriptions up, and help get these videos seen, okay? This is really good content, and if I need to improve, y'all let me know. If I'm not doing something right or I can do something better, let me know. But the views have been really low, and we need to get them pumped up. Now, if you want to help the channel out even further, go to manscaped.com, get 20% off plus free shipping using the code PNP. Again, that's 20% off plus free shipping using the code PNP. We also have a Patreon. If you want to join that, the link is in the description box. Join the Patreon. We got some exclusive content going to the Patreon members. So make sure y'all join that. It's a growing group. Listen, help us out best you can, all right? Now let's get into this top 10. Coming in at number 10, I've got Baron Browning out of Ohio State University, the Ohio State University, 6'4", 240 pounds. And listen, coming to the Senior Bowl, this dude was a bit underrated, okay? And he was relatively unknown just simply due to his usage at Ohio State. He's probably one of the most athletic linebackers in this class, okay? If the combine were to happen, this dude's going to test off the charts, and I'm assuming at his pro day, he's going to go ham. But listen, he had a productive junior year playing middle linebacker at Ohio State, where he racked up 11 tackles for loss and 5 sacks, and then was moved to outside linebacker and never looked comfortable there. So listen, I think middle linebacker is where he needs to be, and at 6'4", 240, that's really good size, okay? It's really good size for a middle linebacker. However, he's more of a reactional guy when it comes to play anticipation. He doesn't really anticipate well. He's more of a read and react instead of playing with anticipation, all right? But again, he has elite size, elite speed to make up some of the delay in reaction. He can kind of make up for that with his speed, okay? So in the right scheme, I think he's going to be just fine. In the right scheme, Baron Browning's going to be just fine. He's got to get to the right place to help him out and develop. But I like this kid a lot. He's going to be a solid middle linebacker in the league, all right? Coming in at number 9, we got Monty Rice out of Georgia, 6'1", 235-pound linebacker. And listen, this dude may not have the size. Again, 6'4", we just talked about with Baron Browning. He's 6'1". He ain't got that. But what he does have is elite speed. The dude can get from point A to point B very quickly, okay? So much so that he actually contested a deep over route against Jalen Waddell. And we know what Jalen Waddell, the speed that he possesses. We know what he's capable of. He defended that pass. So he's a very, very quick linebacker, okay? And listen, that speed's going to show up. Whether it's defending the run, he can get these gaps and fill the gaps very quickly. And listen, he can play cover. He can cover very well. So I like this dude. I like this dude a lot. Now, one thing he can improve on is taking on blocks. He's not going to be the best at taking on blocks. He gets lost. Again, with that size, 6'1", these offensive linemen seem to engulf him and take him out of place. But again, that speed can help him in that. He just got to get better with play recognition and finding out how to beat these offensive linemen. But again, I like Monty Rice a lot, okay? Coming in at number 8, I've got Cameron Magron out of Michigan. This dude is 6'1", 236, similar profile to Monty Rice. Again, this dude comes out of Michigan. Michigan has had a history of putting in some solid linebacker talent, whether it's from Devin Bush, going to the Steelers. Listen, they have a history of putting out some solid linebacker talent. This dude is just going to be 20 years old, so that's a positive. He's 20 years old at the time of the draft and has 2 years of starting experience at the Mike linebacker position. So at the Mike, all right, so that's the middle linebacker. Now in the NFL, he's probably going to be used as an outside linebacker just to get his feet wet. At 20 years old, doesn't have a ton of experience before he's moved to middle linebacker full-time in the NFL. Listen, one downside to him is that, listen, he did not have a single pass breakup in his career. Over 2 years in Michigan, he did not have a single pass breakup. That's a bit concerning. You want to see your linebackers get active in coverage, especially in NFL. It's a passing league. Your linebackers definitely need to be active in coverage, right? Moving on, coming in number 7, I've got Dillon Moses out of Alabama, 6'2", 235 pounds. And listen, this dude, y'all are going to kill me for this. I know some of y'all thinking, right, man, number 7, that's not where he needs to be. But listen, he struggled. He struggled in 2020. And obviously because of the injuries. Listen, in 2019, he tore his ACL coming into training camp, and it was a really bad injury, okay? It set him back a lot, and when he came back, he wasn't quite the same player. I know he had some elite traits, prior to the injury. The dude was a monster. We know that. But listen, coming off that injury, he was not it. He also suffered a broken foot that required surgery and in his 2017 season. So listen, the dude, he's got some injury concerns. That's why he comes in number 7. When he puts it together, he could be very solid. But again, I've seen it. Trust me. I know he's super athletic. He's really good. But again, these injuries are very concerning for me with Dillon Moses. So that being said, man, I got him probably going in the 4th round. And I think somebody's going to get a steal if they can be patient with him and hopefully let him fully recover from his injuries, bro. Them injuries are no joke. ACL, a broken foot bone in his foot. That's not good. Not good at all. All right, so he's got to come back fully from those injuries, and hopefully his medicals check out. But I think he's going to be solid, all right? Coming in at number 6, I've got Chad Surratt out of UNC, 6'2", 225 pounds. And listen, after 2 years playing a quarterback, this dude actually switched to playing middle linebacker, and that's a transition you don't see very often. Usually you see them transition to playing wide receiver, maybe a cornerback, but you don't see many guys transitioning from quarterback to linebacker. It's a tough transition, but he's doing just fine. He's got some athletic traits that transition just fine to linebacker, and I think the outlook is really good for him. Now, due to his size, again, 6'2", 225 pounds, he can afford to bulk up. He's going to have some issues in the run game. I think his best fit is going to be an outside linebacker where he can use his athleticism and speed to kind of chase down plays. And you may see him in coverage at times, maybe spying quarterback out in coverage. But I think, it's going to take him some time to kind of get used to the game. He's still learning the position. So the upside for Chad Surratt is very high. I think he's got a very high ceiling. But he could also, be a bust too, just because that transition may not work out for him. So I think there's some risk in drafting Chaz, but I like what I see coming out of UNC. I think he's been doing just fine, and I think his trajectory is going up. All right, I see him going in the 3rd round. I think somebody's gonna pick him up and kind of play to those strengths. I think he's gonna do just fine. Coming in at number 5, I've got Nick Bolton out of Missouri, 5'11", 232 pounds. Don't let that size fool you. Another guy. Listen, he's 5'11", but he's built like a tank. He's a solid dude. Again, not gonna be the biggest guy, not gonna be the fastest guy, he's not gonna have the longest arms. But when it comes to just playing football, this dude can do it. Very similar to, he's like the Adarius Washington for the linebackers. The same type of scenario. The dude can just play football, and you gotta love those kind of guys. He's a tone setter. He's a thumper. He likes to hit. He does have average speed, and not going to be the best in coverage, but the guy's just a football player that you love to have. Again, I saw his tape. He's got some really good tape. He's a heat-seeking missile, and he likes to hit. He's a hard hitter, and he makes up that size, bro. He's a thumper, and he can move. He can move. Again, not going to be the fastest cat, but I like him a lot. I got him going in the 2nd round to a team that's going to be able to utilize that aggressiveness and kind of, hone it in. Coming in number 4, I've got Jabril Cox out of LSU, 6'3", 233 pounds. And listen, this dude transferred from North Dakota State to LSU. And listen, based on how that went, it went pretty darn good. And based on how that went, transitioning from LSU to the NFL is going to be just fine. This dude has some athletic traits that other linebackers just don't have. The dude is going to test out of his park at the pro day. He can do some things that other linebackers just can't do, whether it's dropping in coverage, whether it's covering guys in the slot, whether it's manning up on tight ends. This dude can do it and has the tape to prove it. I got this dude going in the 2nd round easily, and I like Jabril Cox a lot. I like him a lot. Coming in at number 3, I've got Xavier Collins out of Tulsa, 6'4", 250-pound linebacker. And listen, with that size, he's got throwback size with modern athleticism, okay? Throwback middle linebacker size, the 6'4", 250-pound linebackers that can't move. Nah, this dude is 6'4", 250 pounds and can move, okay? And while people talk about what he can do as a blitzer, he consistently made plays in coverage. Man, he had 4 picks and a pass breakup in only 8 games this year. And overall, the dude has a unique blend of size, length, quickness, linebacker skills, pass rushing upside, zone coverage ability. The dude can do it all. And in the right scheme, listen, you think about Pittsburgh, you think about Baltimore. I think this dude can be a monster. I know it's weird how you think all good defensive players just go into the Pittsburgh scheme or Baltimore scheme are going to excel. But listen, I think really he fits very, very well in those schemes. And if he happens to fall there, I think they're going to get a steal. And this dude has the potential to be really good. Coming in number 2, I've got Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah out of Notre Dame, 6'1", 215-pound linebacker. And listen, I know what you're thinking. 215 pounds, man, that's the lightest I've heard in the top 10. Yes, it is light. But what you're failing to realize is this is a modern day hybrid linebacker. You're starting to see these guys come out more and more out of the NCAA. Listen, look at the guys that have gone in the first round as a quote-unquote hybrid linebacker in the past couple of years. Guys like Shaq Thompson, Panthers, Jabril Peppers, Derwin James, Isaiah Simmons. And I know some of these guys, Isaiah Simmons particularly, may have struggled, but it's all about the scheme. Jeremy Chin, again, a guy that was drafted in the second round for the Panthers, is also a hybrid linebacker. It's all about the scheme, okay? Put these guys in the right places to succeed, and that's what they're going to do. Look what he did at Notre Dame. He played the rover. They call it the rover, which is the linebacker/hybrid mix. And the dude was heavily involved with traditional box linebackers. So they used him all over the place. He played 200 of his 683 snaps in the box. Okay, so he can do it all. He can literally do it all. So much so that he was awarded the Buckets Award, which is the nation's top linebacker. He also earned ACC Defensive Player of the Year award. Okay, so listen, this guy is really talented. He's really talented, but only in the right scenario will he succeed. You've seen guys like him be able to succeed, but you have to put him in the right scenario to succeed. The right scheme, the right coach that's creative enough to get him in the right place to succeed. That being said, I got him going in the first round, maybe potentially even top 20 for sure. I think he's going to go top 20 for sure, but top 15 maybe where he goes as well. He's super athletic, and I think he's going to be really good, all right? Coming in number 1, I've got Micah Parsons out of Penn State, 6'3", 245 pounds, and there is not too many people that can sit back and rely on their sophomore film and likely be a top 10 dude. They're just not, ain't too many guys that can do that, okay? Ain't too many dudes that can do that, especially on the defensive side of the ball. That's how special Parsons was in 2019. Listen, the guy has the type of skill, size, athleticism to play edge rusher. He could be a first-round edge rusher. And that's what makes him so valuable, is that he can rush the passer, but he can also play a traditional linebacker role. Now, I know what I said. I know I said you need to be able to cover in today's NFL. Now, I'm not going to say he can't do it simply because he wasn't asked to do it at Penn State. He has the athletic traits to do so. So I'm gonna sit back, watch his pro day, see what he does with his drills, and let that dictate whether I think he can cover it. I'm pretty sure this man has the athletic traits to play very well in coverage. Just because we didn't see it does not mean he can't do it, okay? But it is, we got to throw it out there. He only had 4 pass breakups in his entire career at Penn State. So it's just something. They played mostly zone at Penn State. Again, the scheme didn't allow him to do so. You like to see him play more man-to-man, use his athletic traits to his benefit. But I think he can do it. He has the explosiveness and the athleticism to do so, and he should be a top 10 pick. Again, we're not going to get into the hazing stuff. Based on what the film shows me, he should be a top 10 pick. Now, that being said, that's my top 10 guys. Let me know what you guys think of my top 10. Again, we got to get the likes up. We got to get the subscriptions up. We're trying to get the 6,000 subscribers by the draft, having a huge draft party, giveaways for my Panther family, giveaways for my draft family. So let's do this, man. Listen, the algorithm has not been favorable for your boy lately. Let's get these likes up. Let's get the subscriptions up. Let's make this thing happen, all right? That being said, I'm out. Peace.